Alongside Carson-Newman men's golfer Tom Forrester, I'm Danielle Whaley, and this is the Eagle Sports Network. Tom, congratulations on your third straight all-stack first-team accolade. What does it mean to get this honor once again?
It feels really good to be putting in the work, and it's showing off eventually. It means a lot that you can put in the work all year round and then you do get something at the end of it.
You talked a lot about integrity, communication, organization. How important is it for those qualities to really stand out, not just on the field for the coaches, but off the field as well?
Well, I think it's the foundation. I think if you got them, you got a chance. If you don't have any one of the three, you got a problem that you probably going to have to fix.
And strutting your stuff, I feel like that's kind of a key for the girls this time around because they're number 25 in the nation heading into this tournament. For them to be one of three nationally ranked teams, along with UND, like you spoke of, and Grand Valley State, who's number 7, how important is it for them to have that confidence in their back pocket in this huge event?
Yeah, I think it's huge. It's got to be, you can't go in fearful. And sort of thinking, oh my goodness, we've got to protect this. I want them to go in challenged. I want them to go in highly competitive.
And for the team this season, you guys have been working on trying to make all the opportunities that you had coming your ways. Yeah. And for you to get that assist with Toby's goal, what was so crucial for you to really try to get that opportunity to set Toby up for the goal?
So we've been working really hard on movement out on the training field. Nancho did really well to come short, which left me a lot of space in behind. And Toby does what Toby does, stands there and he scores. So, it was an easy ball to play. I saw him early.
And this year, you've really made a splash in your first year. You have been in the starting lineup for most of the season, holding the 1 or 2 spot. You've led the way for the team in 2 events, and you have the best scoring average on the team. Did you expect to have this much of an impact this early on in your career?
Yeah, you never know how you're going to react. Golf is such a funny sport. There's so many outside influence that can come into it.
Starting with a loss in conference play is always tough, like you mentioned, but you have a chance to bounce back tomorrow against Coker. What's the key for the team that they really need to work on heading into that match, knowing that they could try to get back on track with the conference this early?
Bring the same energy, the same focus, come in to perform.
Senior year is a time for players to reflect on the wins, the losses, the adversity, and the lessons they have learned to this point in their careers. Jordan Price is currently in that situation. His career has been marked by a position shift from defensive tackle to defensive end, a knee surgery, and an extra year of eligibility, all while bearing in mind a promise he made to his high school coach.
One time I went home, he asked me to promise him that I'll finish and get my degree from Carson-Newman, and I promised him that, and I wanted to keep my word to that.
Keeping that promise, the Spartanburg, South Carolina native has already obtained a degree in business and is currently in the master's program. His 5th-year endeavor was not a path he initially planned on taking.
Coming into Carson-Newman, my main focus has always been football. I remember telling my family that one day I want to possibly play professional football. My grandma always told me that you can't just do one, you have to do both. Because if football doesn't work out, you have to have a backup plan. I didn't want to be the guy that stayed here for 5 years, only graduated with just a degree. So I wanted to make sure I finished on time and possibly get my MBA with my extra year.
This extra year at Carson-Newman has allowed Price to better himself as a person and as an athlete. Defensive line coach Dan Redding says that the improvements he has seen from Price in his final year with the team have come from that self-motivation.
This year, especially, Jordan's made more of an effort to sit down and to learn and to study film and to take an interest, a more concentrated interest in what he's doing. When he works extremely hard. He's done that in the weight room, he's done that in the classroom, and he's done it on the field.
During his final 2 seasons in the orange and blue, Price gained substantial starting time on the line, battling back from a knee injury in his sophomore season on the field. His mentality through those starts was centered on making sure he played every down to the fullest, while also working harder than the person next to him.
Every week I just got to go out there and just execute my job from the first play to the last play and try to do it the best of my ability. Every game I tell myself I got to lay it all on the line because this could be my last game. You never know when this could be your last.
In the final week of practice, Price and the rest of the senior Eagles had a chance to speak to the team and give any advice. When it was Price's turn, Coach Redding believed that the quiet defensive end showed just how much he had grown throughout the years.
Jordan Price actually said 2 sentences this time. And as a freshman, we always joked with Jordan because he wouldn't talk. He was very introverted and very, very shy, and just didn't feel comfortable talking or expressing himself. But he has come along, he's very determined, and it's been a lot of fun to watch his growth in those years to now.
I'm not too much of a vocal leader. I lead more by example, so getting up there, I didn't really have much to say, but all I did was encourage him to just keep working hard and keep getting better. Sometimes you might not be getting the playing time that you want. You might not be the guy in the moment, but you just got to keep working hard, and maybe one day you'll be that guy.
With his time at Carson-Newman dwindling, there is one memory throughout the years that he will hold on to once he leaves campus.
What I remember the most is just the Saturdays playing with my teammates, just celebrating after plays, making plays together, winning together.
As the Eagle football chapter of his life comes to an end, Price says that all of his experiences here have prepared him for whatever the future may hold, whether that be a professional football career or using his business degrees. He adds, quote, "It is bittersweet, but I know that life goes on." For the Eagle Sports Network, I am Danielle Whaley.